Hey, before you keep scrolling, can I just ask you something? When was the last time you smiled and actually meant it? Not the polite smile, not the one you put on because someone was watching, not the one you use to reassure people that you're fine when you are very clearly not fine. I mean the real one, the kind that starts somewhere in your chest before it even reaches your face. The kind that makes your eyes do that thing where they crinkle at the corners and you forget for a second that you were ever tired. Do you remember that smile? Because I think you do. I think somewhere underneath everything you're carrying right now, underneath the exhaustion and the worry and whatever it is that brought you here today, that smile still exists. It didn't leave you. It's just been waiting. And I want to talk to you about finding your way back to it. I know what it's like to go through a period of your life where joy feels like something that belongs to other people. You look around and everyone seems to be living in full color and you're just muted. You're going through the motions. You wake up, you do the things, you come home, you go to sleep, and somewhere in the middle of all of it you think, is this it? Is this what my days are supposed to feel like? And the strange thing, the thing nobody really talks about, is that sometimes the heaviness doesn't come from one big, terrible thing. Sometimes it creeps in quietly. It's the accumulation of small disappointments, the plans that fell through, the relationship that slowly drifted, the dream you quietly put on a shelf and told yourself you'd get back to later, and later never came. Sometimes the joy doesn't disappear all at once. It just fades, gradually, like a song turning down so slowly you don't notice the silence until the music is already gone. And then one day you're standing in the kitchen making coffee or sitting in traffic or lying in bed staring at the ceiling, and you realize you can't actually remember the last time something made you genuinely happy. Not entertained, not distracted, happy, like soul-level, chest-warm, breath-deep happy. And that realization can feel like grief. Because in a way, it is. I want you to hear this very clearly. If that's where you are right now, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not failing at life. You are a human being who has been through things, who has felt things, who has maybe spent a very long time taking care of everything and everyone else while quietly neglecting the one person who needed you most. Yourself. And I'm not going to stand here and tell you that joy is just a mindset shift away, or that you need to write in a gratitude journal for 5 minutes every morning, and suddenly the world will be beautiful again. That's not what this is. This is a conversation about something real. Because real joy, the kind I'm talking about, it doesn't come from a highlight reel or a perfect day or everything going right. It comes from something much quieter than that. It comes from reconnecting with who you actually are beneath all the noise. And that takes time, and gentleness, and a little bit of courage. So let's start here. Think about a moment, just one moment from earlier in your life. Could be childhood, could be last year, could be 5 years ago. A moment where you felt completely yourself, where you weren't performing or pretending or trying to be what someone else needed you to be. A moment where something just felt right, natural, easy. Maybe it was laughing so hard with a friend that your stomach hurt and you couldn't breathe properly. Maybe it was creating something with your hands. Maybe it was being outside somewhere beautiful and feeling very small in the best possible way. Maybe it was helping someone and watching their face change. Maybe it was listening to a piece of music that seemed to reach inside your chest and rearrange something. Whatever it was, stay with it for a second. That feeling, that specific feeling you just remembered, that's not a memory of something lost. That's evidence. Evidence that you are capable of joy, that your capacity for it has always been there. It didn't disappear. It didn't get used up. It's still yours. Here's something I've come to believe deeply. Joy isn't something you find like a coin on the sidewalk. It's not waiting for you at the end of some achievement, or in a specific relationship, or in finally getting life to look the way you always planned it would look. Joy is something you return to. Like a room in your house that you forgot about. You walk past it every day and you don't even open the door anymore because you got so busy, so caught in the routine of other rooms that you just stopped going in. But the room is still there. The light still comes through the window in the afternoon. The things that matter to you are still in there, a little dusty maybe, but still there. Rediscovering joy is about opening that door again. And some days that looks like doing one small thing that has nothing to do with being productive or useful. One thing just because it feels alive to you. Painting something. Cooking a meal slowly and with attention. Calling the person who has always made you feel like yourself. Walking somewhere new. Sitting still and letting the quiet be quiet instead of filling it with noise. Small things, seemingly insignificant things, but they're not insignificant at all. They're the way back. I also want to say something about the smile. Because we talk about happiness like it's this big grand arrival, like one day you'll wake up and everything will be different and you'll just feel joy radiating out of you constantly. And that's a beautiful idea, but it's also a lot of pressure. And pressure, as you might have noticed, doesn't usually help. The smile I'm talking about, the one that starts inside, it often shows up in the smallest moments first. It shows up when the sun hits your face in a particular way in the morning, when a stranger holds the door and means it, when you hear a song that takes you somewhere you loved, when a child laughs nearby and the sound just cuts straight through whatever heavy thought you were carrying, when you do something kind and feel it echo back into your own chest. These are not accidents. These are your capacity for joy reminding you that it's still awake, still paying attention, still rooting for you. And your job is not to manufacture more of these moments. Your job is to slow down enough to actually feel them when they arrive, because they are arriving. They arrive every single day. But when we're moving too fast, when we're too numb, when we've been in pain for too long, we stop noticing. Healing is partly about learning to notice again. And I know some of you are thinking, that's easy to say. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how long this has been going on. You don't know how many times I've tried to feel better and it just didn't work. And you're right. I don't know your specific story. I don't know the particular weight you've been carrying or how long you've been carrying it or how many times someone has told you to just look on the bright side and you wanted to scream. But I do know this. The fact that you're here, watching this, listening to this, means some part of you still believes. Some part of you hasn't given up on the idea that things can feel different. And that part of you, that small, stubborn, quiet part that clicked play today, that part is not naive. That part is brave. That part is right. Things can feel different. Not perfectly, not all at once, not in a straight line, but different, warmer, more like you again. And it starts with being honest about where you are. Not toxic positivity, not pretending, just sitting with yourself and saying, okay, this is where I am, I'm tired, I'm a little lost. I haven't felt like myself in a while, and that's real and I'm not going to pretend it isn't. And then, gently, asking, what is one thing I could do today, just one small thing that would feel like taking care of myself, not fixing everything, not transforming overnight, just one thing. And then doing it. And tomorrow, one more thing. And the next day, another. And slowly, the way light comes back in winter, slowly and then more. And then all at once, the warmth returns. I want to leave you with something. You were not put here to just survive. You were not put here to hold everything together while quietly withering inside. You were not put here to smile for everyone else while going home and feeling hollow. You were put here to live, actually live, to feel things, to love things, to be moved by things, to laugh in that way where you forget yourself entirely, to create and connect and rest and wonder and grieve and grow and do it all as a full human being. That is your birthright. Joy is not a reward for getting everything right. Joy is not something you earn after you've suffered enough or been responsible enough or helped enough other people. Joy is not conditional on circumstances lining up perfectly. Joy is available to you, right now, in the life you have, in the body you're in, on this ordinary day. Not because everything is okay. Maybe everything is not okay, but because you are still here, and you are still you. And somewhere inside you is a person who has laughed deeply and loved genuinely and noticed something beautiful and felt alive. That person didn't go anywhere. They're waiting for you to come back. So here's what I want you to do. After this, I want you to think of one moment, just one, where you felt a flicker of something real, something that felt like you, and I want you to write it down. A memory, a feeling, a person, a place, something that when you think of it, something in you responds. Hold on to that. And then come find us. Come find this community. Come to dealer.org and tell us what that moment was. Tell us what joy looks like for you. Share it in the comments below this video. Because your joy is not only yours, it belongs to all of us, and when you share it, you remind someone else that theirs is still possible too. And if you're in a place right now where you can't think of a single moment, where you've read too far down and the hollowness just feels too big, I want you to come find us anyway. Come tell us that, because you shouldn't carry that alone, and we are here and we are listening. This is what we do. We deal in happiness, not the cheap kind, not the performed kind, the real kind, the kind that takes time and honesty and gentleness and community. And we believe, genuinely and without reservation, that it is available to you. Come back to us. Tell us one thing, one small moment of warmth. And if you're ready to go deeper, to start really finding your way back to joy, visit us at dealer